Hey, I'm Myers, and it's been a week or so since I did my last video, but hey, I'm still alive and kicking, and I got a new record review for you. Is another one out on my label Sioux. My label Sioux, named for my hometown. That I don't even live in anymore, but you know. If it wasn't for the Sioux punk scene, I wouldn't be here. And so I last weekend got a chance to see the Sioux Falls documentary on YouTube about the Sioux Falls punk scene. Sioux City is between Sioux Falls and Omaha, and for us, definitely we got more influence coming out of Omaha, Lincoln, and the Twin Cities than Sioux Falls. But Sioux Falls was a good neighbor to us. They're in the Sioux City punk scene. Some of those guys, are still my fucking heroes. Guys, Mark Lee. A lot of you guys know Mark Lee, played in the Humpers and the Huns. Anyways, Mark Lee was like brother to me. Tim Archer is a fucking hero of mine. Tim Archer, great fucking guy. God, him and I fucking laugh and joke. Pete Phillips, a lot of you guys know him as Sioux Pete. Pete's like a brother to me. Fucking love him. That Sand, if any of you guys picked up the Bad Actors album from Sioux Records, that was our third release. It's, Thad Sand, he's like a brother to me. I love Thad a lot. Him and I don't talk a lot, but we have one of those types of friendships where we don't need to talk all the time, but we're always there for each other. There's a connection. It's weird. It's a fucking Sioux City thing that but anyways, yeah, a lot of friends. Tammy Shabandi and Kim Forsling. It was funny. At one point there was Kim and Tammy were in a band called Fur from Sioux City. And Fur was my favorite band growing up in the Sioux City punk scene. And I remember one night when there was some of the Olympia Riot Girl bands were coming through, and they didn't know how to react to little Kim and Tammy because Kim and Tammy, they were the real fucking thing, and they weren't Olympia type Riot Girls or whatever. I mean, who was it that night? It was Heavens and Betsy and some other band. I can't think of it. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, Kim and Tammy were the opening band, but they stole the show. Fur did. Sioux Pete was the drummer of that band, and Pete's brothers are mathematicians, and Pete has picked up that weird mathematician gene and uses it in drumming. And I don't know if anybody ever gets a chance to see Sioux Pete drum, because he does some shit. He's got weird timings. I mean, he's in beat, but he's got weird timings. But here he is doing these weird rim clicks, and just I mean, the way he keeps time is just killer. He does weird tom fills and rim clicks, and he'll crash on the hi-hat, crash on the open hi-hat. Just weird stuff that a lot of people don't think of. And hang on, let me grab my dog here. Oh, come here, Ollie. Oh, you're going to knock the camera over. Ollie. Sorry, this is the disturbance. This is my little buddy Ollie. He's pretty awesome. We adopted him a few weeks ago. But what I was saying was Susie Pete, killer fucking drummer. You know, uh, so Fur, uh, just real quick, the last couple things I have to say about them. Um, Bratmobile was the other band. Heavens and Betsy and Bratmobile. And my girls, Kim and Tammy and Fur, blew them off the stage. You know, chain smoking and because they weren't beholden to this Riot Girl label. They were just tough fucking rock and roll chicks, and that's what I loved about them. But Fur had two tapes. The first one back in the day, like we would do tapes. Like there was a place in town that would do custom length tapes, and they had a duping machine where like I think he could do like 50 tapes at a time or something. And you know, so a place called Larvik Speaker, and local bands would go down there with their recordings and they'd run off tapes because, you know, late 80s, early 90s, cassettes were the preferred format and they were cheap to do and whatever. So the first one was called Glop, the second one was called Pagan High School, and I think Glop was like 91 and Pagan High School was 92, or maybe Glop was 92 and Pagan High School was 93. Not real sure. But anyways, so there's those recordings out there. And then you got a pretty decent recording of a live show at Duffy's Bar in Lincoln, Nebraska. And so Thad Sand, he's got those recordings. He's working on polishing those up. And we're going to put that out on Sioux. You know, just because they're my favorite band, and you know, I love my hometown, and I love this band. I love they're my friends. But, anyways, it's a record I want to talk about. Sorry for rambling here. Is the brand new one out on Sioux, came out this week. Brad Marino's newest one. I know Brad's got a lot of fucking fans out there. This came about. You know, I had reached out to Rumbar Records, and you know, Rumbar isn't really interested in doing vinyl. I mean, they did do, like, Brad was in a band called The Connection that I've got on vinyl from Rumbar, whatever. But Rumbar wants to focus on CDs, which is fine, you know. So I reached out to Rumbar Records, and I'm like, hey, you guys are focused on CDs, but, you know, if any of the bands you work with, you know, more punk and roll style or whatever, want to work with Sioux, you know, them get a hold of me. And so, like, Brad got a hold of me right away. And, you know, so, you know, here it is. The CD is out on Rumbar. So, like, if you're a CD guy, you know, pick it up from Rumbar. I think, you know, there's digital out there also. You could get digital or CDs, I think, through Rumbar or Brad's own Bandcamp. But if you're looking for vinyl, the vinyl is either on Bandcamp, Brad's Bandcamp, or the Sioux Guitars website. So I'll have links in the description. But here, you know, obviously my cover is a little bit different than the CD because this is silkscreen versus being photojet printed, where in order to silkscreen this, it's like silkscreen a t-shirt, like it's pixelated here, you know, kind of comic book style, where, you know, this lighter part is, you know, a bunch of little dots or whatever. And, you know, I dig the silk screening myself. That's why we do it at Sioux. Is, you know, I like the aesthetic. Here's your back cover. You know, it's basically the same photo, but you know, just kind of cut off, and you got song titles over here, and you know, so obviously it's a Sioux SUX 021. So excited about doing this, you know, and reading the credits here, man, he's got some fucking awesome people on here, you know, like we got Kurt Baker on here, you know, and Joe Queer, and So I mean, he's definitely pulled out the big guns to help him out on this. So great sound record. If you guys are fans of Brad, if you're not familiar with him, if you're more from the punk and roll side of things, Brad is a little bit more pop than a lot of the stuff that we do at Sioux. It's that really. Okay, I know he's from the Boston area, or he's from New England or whatever. But like, if you didn't know any better, you'd think he was a Minneapolis, like a twin tone, replacements, Magnolias sort of sound, So, being from the upper Midwest, and having a lot of the Minneapolis twin tone bands coming through Kings Court when I was a kid, I love that Minneapolis twin tone replacements sort of sound. So Brad does it and does it well. It doesn't sound like a shtick with him. Like this guy is the real deal when it comes to good power pop, melodic stuff. So anyways, show what you get in here. Plain white paper sleeve, and like all Sioux records, it's white vinyl, hand numbered on the A side. Obviously mine's number 1 because I'm the head honcho here, but that's what she looks like, is Brad Marino white vinyl. So you get them here. I'll show you this right here, hand numbered 1 to 300. So that's one thing. Like with a Sioux record, let's say you get number 78 of 300. That nobody else out there is ever going to have 78 of 300. And we don't do repressings. I'm sure at some point somebody's going to want to repress something or whatever. When that day comes, Brad wants to repress this or whatever, I'm going to wish him luck and, tell him shop for a different label, because we're not really interested in doing represses, because we want the authenticity there of, this is a Sioux record, if you got, it would be disingenuous for me to put it right on the fucking center label of this is 1 of 300 and then go repress another 300 or 500 or whatever down the road. You can't say this is 1 of 300 and then all of a sudden it becomes 1 of 800 or whatever, So here's another thing I want to show you on this cover, because this is silk screen. See this light streak here? Like especially in this R, there's this light streak there. Not all the covers have that. This is part of it being silk screened, where the guy silk screening this just press the squeegee a little bit lighter here, so here's a lighter streak through it. Some are silk screen, like they press the squeegee and pull it back a little bit harder, and so you'll have some bleed through and whatnot. So each of the covers are just a little bit different, yeah, they're all the same cover, all off the same silk screen, but the way that they're each hand done, there's little variances in all the Sioux. So if you do get a cover with a little bit of bleed through, or is a little bit lighter and a little bit streaky, that's the hand done nature of it. And I appreciate the hand done aesthetic, more so than some mass produced, like the machines that print album covers are just like basically like Xerox machines, where everything's just a perfect facsimile or whatever, where these are just a little bit different. And and that's why Sioux sticks with the silkscreen covers for the LPs. We can't do the silkscreen the 7 inches, because the 7 inches are just a little too small for the frame. Like you need it. Like I'll show you here. See this outline here? Like you know, ideally you'd have art go to the corner, right? But we can't because you need to have room for the frame to sit on to, you know, and we can't do 7 inches because with doing the frame, and there just isn't enough room to really make it practical to do 7 inches. So we have those photos jet printed by a company in Detroit. But, you know, really happy with these silkscreen covers. Really happy with the vinyl pressing. I think it sounds great. You know, Brad's a great guy from my dealings with him. I love his solo stuff. I love the connection, the band he was in. You know, so anyways, really proud of doing this record. I want to thank Brad for working with me. I want to thank Malibu Lou at Rum Bar Records for, you know, wanting to, you know, introduce his bands to me to, you know, like I think it is a keen partnership that helps not just my label but would help Rum Bar and also help the bands involved to, you know, where nobody's really stepping on anybody's toes and everybody's getting what they need. So but that being said, I've rambled quite a bit here on this video. I need to go eat dinner, get Holly fed. Pretty happy I adopted this little guy a few weeks ago, like I said, and you know, so yeah. Song I'm going to play you is first song off the first side. I hope you dig it. I'll have links in the descriptions. If you like this these videos, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.
Protect me.